This is if you wanted to do aeration yourself. I want to kind of teach you what that process would look like, or if you have a person that is doing it for you, something to look for. It can be applied wrong, okay? On the back of every bag of seed, it says 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet is what you want to apply if you're overseeding. 6 pounds per 1,000 square feet if you're going to put a new yard on out. And one of the things Mark asked me about seed and sod a couple months ago was when you apply it, I would recommend putting it at half the rate so that when you're going one way on the yard, the wind blows it equally, and then go the other way in the yard this way. If two seeds hit each other, they cancel each other out. They'll come up, they'll root, and they'll girdle together, and it'll be a problem. So less seed is more. You're better off doing 2 applications. One application in early September and another application in October. In this area of the country, we break down soil by pulling a little plug out of the soil. It's a machine that has prongs on it that rotates and it pulls a plug out. Looks a lot like maybe a bunch of geese have visited your house and had a little heyday in your backyard. So it breaks the soil out so that natural gases can get into the ground, break down that particular clay. It also allows a hole to be opened on up, because if you were just a seed on top of a hard clay base, your chances of seed coming on up would be minimal. Lime is a neutralizer for the soil. I have taken, and I'm sure Chris has taken, several thousand soil tests in people's yards. I've yet to find actually a property in this area of the country that it doesn't need some form of lime. An average soil wants to be on a pH of 7. They range from 0 to 14. Most of the soil tests I take come in around 4.5 to 5.5. On the back of every bag of seed, there's a tag. On that tag, you're going to look for 3 things. It's just like the ingredients when you buy food. It's different. It's small. You look for date tested. You don't want that to be tested more than 3 months old. At 6 months, it goes bad. The second thing you want to look for is what's the weed content in the bag. I can find stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's shelves right now that can be 25% weeds that you're putting back into your yard. The last thing you want to look for is a blend of grass. Once you get the blend of grass, you want to always buy the same blend. It doesn't matter the name brand, you want to buy the same blend. So you want to buy one that is more higher on the scale. 30% of the bag is for a drought year, 30% is for a wet year, and maybe 30 or 40% is for a common year here in the Carolinas. So if one of those other years sneak up, that grass actually dies off and the other grass reseeds itself. That's how that works. And grass only has a 7-year lifespan. So if you put a seed in the ground, it only lasts 7 years.